Hello and welcome back to Trails in the Sky the Third, where fishing has angered Echo for, I don't know, maybe the last time. Probably not. I guess the question essentially is, if it hasn't been answered, I'm still recording quite a bit ahead. So maybe it has. But fishing. Is it even worth trying to finish that? Or is the frustration just going to... Is it just for the sake of doing fishing at a point? Because it doesn't seem like there's goddamn shit in terms of story for that, so... Because if there really isn't a good reason to do it, I'm not going to do it, because I don't enjoy that. I'm not so much a completionist that I'm going to finish it just for the sake of completing it. So, yeah. Now that we've, at least taken our shot at that, I guess that's how I'll phrase it. Chest. Oh, interesting something or other here. Purple and gray and blue. I prefer the white and gold aesthetic. Are they different colors? Oh no, I don't think they're different colors. I think they just sort of blend into both areas. Okay, that's pretty fair. Oh, these are technically Incubus and Succubus. Oh, I didn't even look at the names. There you go. Interesting. Crest Charm. 6 to 36. Perhaps the second gift will be unwelcome, and it should come to that. And should it come to that, I would still dearly wish to be your friend. The days we spent in that shop are, and will always remain precious no matter what. Apparently there are character relationships in that. Maybe. Hard to tell for sure. Crest Charm. Not bad. Not good, but not bad. It might be turned into a situation where it's so important to keep stats to stop the ooh, thank you again. Start a new game, easy, normal, hard, nightmare, other nightmare. Tempting. It might come to a situation where the boss is so focused around the status effects that having stats up from the other stuff actually isn't as important. It might. Okay, another chest, Celestial Bone. I know I don't have hands, but I want to hold yours. So it's just like, ew, I have a boyfriend. She does have a boyfriend, FYI. Okay, this thing again. So... Sure, let's do this. Because it seems to take a lot of damage and hits really hard. And I get the CP back anyways. So it's like, why the hell not, at a point. Okay, it does resist that. I don't think I ever confirmed either way, if it did or not. Okay, that does simplify fighting this thing, at least. Ooh, maybe. What's up? Oh, guard? Guarding what? Okay. At least it's not going after anything specific. Man, that thing can turn this battle into its favor really quickly. But I do get quite a bit of stuff out of it. And it's definitely worth going and fighting that whenever it shows up. Lily Necklace Plus. Oh, my Sato, is that really you? Sato is a senior in college and belongs to the same club as her. I don't know what that one is about. I'm actually sort of confused by that one. For now, what was it? Lily Necklace Plus? Oh, that's... okay. The thing about art defense is that there's so many better things that you could be spending your time improving on. Or improving, period, or whatever. Holy shit, why does that take so long sometimes? I swear. Okay, we have a teleport. I'm gonna go make sure I've covered everywhere else as well. Another teleporter. Gotta make sure I've covered everywhere else as well. Don't give me every... Okay, did I come on one of these teleporters? I might have. I really might have. I think it was that top one. Okay, so we have 4 teleporters again. Okay, time to start checking. Speaking of which, this is a bit maze-ish at the moment, but okay. Oh, I've been... Okay, yeah, this is the place I... Is this the place I came from? This might be the place I came from. Huh. I thought I came from the top. Okay, maybe not. Oh, that's why I'm confused. The top one actually is inaccessible. My bad. So we really have 2 ways we could be going. And that brings us somewhere we didn't have access to in one of the earlier areas. Okay. Interesting. Springed egg. Ha, sputter. Sorry, I've got a bit of a chesty cough. Okay. That was punny. Ooh. To choose left or to choose right. Only the cards know what the future holds. If you wish to step inside, present the card that governs fate. Do I have any cards? At all? I don't think I do. I'm guessing that's gonna be like the exam question thing. Oh yeah, in case I never mentioned, someone did tell me that the proof of their scholarship thing was, in fact, okay, there's where I need to go. The proof of their scholarship thing was, in fact, the exam questions I picked up at some point. I have no idea if I've ever even brought that up again. Okay, I need to go check the other one. I imagine that's probably where a sealing stone is, maybe, possibly. Maybe. Okay, teleport one more. And we've got... Huh. Okay, I think this is an area I simply have not been in. Destiny card. Can you tell this treasure was outsourced? Destiny card. I also think someone mentioned something about not getting rid of the fortune one, because apparently that's neat to get in a door. But you say card, which reminds me, the thing that someone told me that was possible. Prevents us with the final trump card and trust your fate to this. I wonder if that's one of the ones I need to get for that one thing. Yeah, the door. Yes, doors are words. I like words. A Pelion. Someone gave up. Someone really gave up. Okay, how good is this? Oh, better than the one I bought him and spent all that money on. Oh, that's nice. Isn't that nice? Isn't it? Moon glasses plus. The just was supposed to have a witty saying, but we drew a bit of bug. Ah, puns. I can't blame him too much for going puns, but still. There's a lot of art defense driven options in terms of those plus ones, aren't there? Okay, another teleports. Is that everything here? Yeah, it is, I believe. This is teleport time. Where am I now? Okay, I'm not sure, but this is definitely a dead end. So, yay. Sealing stone. What is that? Another one. Potter Motter. Oh my. Damn, what's that doing here? I'm not prepared for this. I'm not prepared for this. I'm not prepared for this at all. We're not fighting that, are we? Also, that is heavily implying that Ren is in this, as I was suspecting. This appears to be a large archaism used by Ouroboros. Your actions say there's more to it than that, however. You say that, yeah. Let's go get that stone. Right after these scheduled messages from our sponsors. in the chest. Strega. Have you seen those chests from Erebonia? They're the strong silent time. They are! That's not a bad description. Making fun of the fact that the chests in the Cold Steel games don't have messages. It probably would take a lot more to code all that in if they really wanted to do it that way. Ceiling stone. Getting your hopes up. After all this time, we finally found you. You must have spent a long while looking for the person inside. Then we shouldn't keep you waiting any longer. Let's bring back to the garden and release them right away. Yeah, thanks, Reese. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've covered everywhere I can go. So, yeah, let's head back. And get CP. Or not, actually, if I'm going to switch out my party after this. I might. Then again, I could also just heal up, too. Yes, I'm wasting time. I'm just trying to get things done. Who could the last person be? The only reason I think it might be LoH is because of that arena graphic and that one door. Especially if this turns out to be Ren. If this really turns out to be Ren. Yes, it is. I can't believe it. It really is Ren. Looks like she's fast asleep. Why? Ren? What convenient timing. Where am I? Oh, this is just a dream. Ren? It might be a dream. We don't know that for sure. Estelle? Joshua and Tita, too. What a nice dream this is. Ren! Oh. No, silly Estelle. You're supposed to be older than me. You shouldn't be acting like a clingy child. You're so warm, though, and you smell so nice. It's almost like this isn't a dream at... Huh? What's going on? Ren, this... What are you doing here? Never mind that. What am I doing here? It's okay, Ren. I'm going to explain now, so just try and stay calm, okay? You see, we're not sure how it happened either, but don't come any closer. If you take another step towards me, I will kill you. I'll try and handle this, Estelle. Do you mind taking a step back? Okay. I am happy to see you again, Ren. How have you been all this time? How is that any of your business? You're just as bad as Estelle is, Joshua. Why don't you two leave me alone and stop following me around? Is that what they've been doing out there? I'm not surprised if it is. I figured you must have noticed. You're right. For the past few months, we've been traveling around trying to find you. We're in Crossbell at the moment, too. We're getting warmer. You're in Crossbell? Why do you want to find me so much? We just want a chance to talk to you. We heard from a reliable source that you haven't been back to Ouroboros since we last fought. Is that true? What's that got to do with either of you? All I want is to be left alone. I don't want to talk to either of you. I don't want to see you. So why don't you just leave me be? Because... Sorry, Ren. This one's on me. Ever since you flew off, I haven't been able to get you off my mind. I've been getting Joshua to look into where you might be, and we've been going around chasing down every possible lead. But that's why I'm so happy to finally be able to see you again like this. I get it now. You're lying, aren't you? Really? All that's just a cover for the fact that you're trying to capture me. Capture you? What would that even achieve? What? Sorry to disappoint you, but I only know about as much as Joshua does about Ouroboros. Even if you catch me, you're not going to get anything useful out of me. And even if I did know a lot of dirty secrets, I wouldn't tell you. I bet you feel real stupid for wasting your time now. Wait a second, that's not... Or are you going to try your luck anyway? Oh, you sure brought a lot of familiar faces for backup. Even I might have trouble taking out this many people at once. But I'm confident I'll leave at least a few of you headless before I end up feed in. Ren? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. What are we supposed to do, Shara? Wait, don't ask me. Why are you asking me? This doesn't look good. Well, I think I know who you are now. Ouroboros, Enforcer number 15. An Angel Slaughter. Correct. You certainly do know me. I don't know you, though. Are you Knight of the Church? Yes, I'm Mere Sergeant, Esquire. And while I may not be very familiar with your circumstances, would it hurt you to behave less like a self-centered child? Excuse me, did you call me a self-centered child? From what I've heard, your intelligence and deductive recency have few peers. That led you to joining Ouroboros, obtaining both the current rank and abilities you have now. So unless I'm wrong, I find it very hard to believe that you haven't already figured out that this is not a trap set up to capture you. And yet, you still expect us to waste our time and humor your little temper tantrum. So yes, I did call you a self-centered child. Reese. Damn, she sure doesn't mince words. My, you're a brave one, aren't you, miss? Did I hear a lowly squire like you trying to provoke an enforcer like me? You must really want to end up all splattered all over the floor. I could say the same to you. I have no idea why everyone else here regards you favorably, but I, for one, have no interest in being friends with some from Ouroboros. So if a battle is what you want, I'll be more than happy to oblige. Oh, no. Grace! A templish sword, huh? This can certainly be a rude awakening in the right hands. Of course, everyone else who's ever tried to challenge me with one ended up being quite predictable after a while. Before long, they were all begging me for mercy like pigs about to be slaughtered. Oh, it's ever so pitiful. I can't wait to hear you do the same. Ren! No! Do you actually want to fight? Or do you only intend to stand around trying to sound threatening? I suppose that is enough talking. Come on, you both of you, stop it! Okay. Tina? Hey? Wait a second. Why are the two of you so desperate to try and fight when you know you don't really want to? Ren, you're trying to make it sound like you don't care about Estelle and Joshua, but deep down you're happy to see them again. You know it. And Reese, you already realize that Ren's not actually a bad person. It doesn't matter that she's from Ouroboros. Oh, I'm happy? Of course I'm not. Why would I possibly be... Then why would you look so happy when Estelle hugs you? Right up to the moment you realize this is all real, you're acting like it was the best dream you've ever had. Now you were saying that you don't want to talk to them, that you don't want to see them. Hold on a minute, Tina. That's not true at all. It's not true at all, so just admit it. Sweetie? I swear she just cut my life short about 10 years. Oh, what the hell was she thinking? Look at you, honestly. I thought you were a year older than me, you know? Hey, here you are crying away. You're not setting a very good example. I can't help it. What am I supposed to do when you guys finally see each other again and all you end up doing is fighting? That's just too sad. I'm not doing that one. Hey? What are you crying for? Why do you have to? I have a feeling I know where this one's going. You know the answer to that already, Ren. It's because she likes you. Not that way, though. Apparently that's Agate's territory, so, you know, stay out. She does? Hey, Ren. I know we have our differences, but how about we put all that aside and call it truce for now? Truce? As I'm sure you can tell, we're in the middle of a really messy situation right now. And however you got here, you ended up being dragged right into it with us. I'd say that it's all in our best interest to work together, at least until we get out of here anyway. What do you say? That's certainly true. There's still plenty we don't know about our predicament. Having someone with your intellect on our side may well help us fill the remaining blanks. In fact, I would greatly welcome your assistance. Yeah, I'm with the Colonel. I'm not a Colonel, Estelle. Regardless, I think it would be in your best interest to work with us too. Cooperating will allow you to gather information more efficiently, as well as make it easier for you to ensure your own safety. That's true. It's obvious that wherever we are, it's somewhere abnormal. He was about saying that having me around would be a big help to all of you. Alright, out of respect for Team's bravery, I'll spare you all this time. This time. Fill me in exactly what's going on here. Oh. Thank you, Ren. Just so we're clear, I haven't decided whether I'm going to work with you or not yet. I'm promising to listen to your explanation of what's happening. Then I'll decide if I'll help. Okay. That is fair enough. Very much fair enough. I think I've got a pretty good idea of what's going on now. Whoever chose this place's name couldn't have picked a better one, could they? What? Have you figured out something that we hadn't? Possibly. Still not completely certain yet. I mean, Phantasma. I assume Phantom is the basis for that. Maybe. It depends if it's actually named Phantasma in like Japanese and whatnot. It's driven from that. Because that's the thing about translations, whenever you have like a name that has deep meaning, either you're not going to know it because you don't speak Japanese, or you do speak Japanese and why are you playing the English release? Either you have that, or they're translating it to something that makes sense. Like, Phantasma could be something that makes sense in the same way that in Japanese it might be. Possibly because of that theory, or of her, what she's suggesting, of the name itself being indicative of something, then they might have changed it in order to achieve that. But maybe not. And they might have not changed it at all. It could be something in Japanese. And it could be a pun on a Japanese word in like an English-sounding name, like Phantasma. It doesn't necessarily have to be a, if it's like based on another word, like in the same way I'm speculating Phantom, it doesn't necessarily have to be based on an English word. It could be based on a Japanese word, and Phantasma just happens to sound more English or Latin-style language. Oh yeah, something about the Colonel's story, right? Me? My own experience was the same as everyone else's. Ending up here after being surrounded by sun white light. As you say, you weren't wearing your uniform when it happened to you, right, Colonel? How many times whatever. I wasn't. As I explained to everyone when I first arrived, I was wearing a shirt and slacks, as I do every other day at work. Right, just checking. So then, tell me something. Would you say you just have quite a strong emotional attachment to this uniform? Well, that's fair. And Shara does have a strong emotional attachment to her current look, that's for sure. Joshua might too, considering the fact that he changed out of his emo scarf wear from the last game into something resembling more so what he was in first chapter, but more of an update in the same way as Sal got an update. Oliver makes sense as why he'd be connected to his, and Josette, yeah, I could see why there'd be a connection to that. Pardon? Oh, that's a definite yes. It's a symbol of your past, the past you just can't quite move on from, even if you don't, even though you need to. Am I right? Yes, you are. Richard? It's no surprise that you feel that way from my perspective. And lo and behold, the moment you appear in this world, you're wearing that very same uniform again. Whatever do you think that could mean? Well, you seem to be heavily suggesting it, even though there's no other real answer. I mean, there's a bunch of other potential answers as to why that could be. I've mentioned some of them. You're sort of making a logical jump if we're going to be concluding that. That would mean when I arrived here, my attachment to the past ended up being manifested as reality. In other words, this world is capable of changing based on people's thoughts. Okay. Oh. Now it makes sense. Not to me, it doesn't. Care to explain it in slightly less complicated terms for the rest of us? It's actually a really simple thing. You remember how Luciola used the gospel to make you experience a dream, right? I thought she was using the gospel to enhance her powers, like, as a buff, and her powers alone let you do that sort of thing. Right? The dreams we saw were different depending on what we wanted to see, too. Of course, unlike, well, yeah, I suppose. I was sort of assuming that she was implying that it was the Septarian, the Oriole, that enabled her to do that, but outside of just the power buff, no, maybe she's not really suggesting that. The gospel is a different thing as a concept than the Oriole, even though it's connected. Of course, unlike that, this isn't a dream, but the concept is basically the same. Anyway, just like in Lucio's dream worlds, this world changes depending on what the people inside it want. It also happens to recreate places that exist in their memories, too. It all falls into place pretty nicely once you simplify it, doesn't it? No, sometimes. It explains the monuments we've encountered and how the doors work, too. Still, while that explanation may explain the contents of this world, I found hard to believe that any of us would desire the predicament we found ourselves in. Oh, I don't disagree. We're not the only ones here, though, are we? So, if we're assuming Ren's right about this, which seems pretty solid enough theory at the moment, that would imply that the cube's doing something like this. Put us all to sleep somehow, maybe? Transfer our consciousness, maybe? Possibly. So in other words, many of the contents of this world exist because of us, but its overall structure is also someone else within it. From what I can gather, yeah. What exactly is making all this possible is the part I'm still puzzling over. Making people's wishes reality is the purpose of the Oriole. Now that's been lost, I can't think of anything else capable of doing the same. The Oriole really didn't make people's wishes a reality. I suppose it did do something very similar in the backstory of it, where it made, like, dreamlands for people. I wonder. Maybe. Maybe this is just part of the Oriole. Fuck, maybe the cube is the Oriole. Though that would be a bit boring of an answer. I mean, my best guess is that maybe it has some of the Oriole's power in it. It's an artifact that was connected and created based on the Oriole, or connected to it, and it had some of the Oriole's power still, like a capacitor. Keeps the like a capacitor, that would be a good way to phrase it, where it still has the charge even after being disconnected from it, enough to do it one last time, sort of thing. And it does it to a bunch of people. I don't know why it would pull in a bunch of people other than Kevin maybe being connected to them. I don't really know why, though. And also why the people in here would even know about how this works. That's a good question, too. I'd assume they'd have to be some people from the church who are very privy on the events that happen in the second chapter, right? So... you know, if the identity of the people, if the identity of the people are a secret and it's supposed to be something along the lines of it's going to be a surprise, there are two of them. Oh, I don't know who the Swarsritter is, but I feel like I might know who the Lord of Phantasma is. Oh, what's her name? Ein? That's who my guess would be. That's who I would guess. Is the person wearing the mask. Someone who specifically sent Kevin to be here and to do all this stuff. I don't know what their motivation would be. Maybe it could be a positive motivation to kick them out of their funk. Or kill them trying, I don't know. Or it could be a negative motivation where maybe something happened in the past. Because Reese is here. It would be... I'm trying to think of people in the church that we know that would actually be a surprise to show up and be the reveal. And the only people I can think of is Ein. Because Reese is here. Her sister's dead. Kevin's here in our group. We don't really know anyone else from the church. Not in a position that would be privy to all the knowledge that would be necessary in order to carry out this sort of thing. I'd be at least still a little bit confused as to why they know what the cube is capable of doing. I'd be a little bit confused as to why anyone at all would be capable of knowing what the cube is capable of doing in the situation. So that would probably be the bigger question, but since that mystery is a mystery for anyone, I guess, I'm probably going to say that's my current guess as to who Lord Phantasma is. I mean, you could probably easily say, oh, it's from someone from Kevin's past, and be like, oh, yeah, all that stuff. So, at the very least, it does seem to be coming together. I'd bet the ghost person, well, I'm saying ghost, the phantom person? The person that's been helping us with the cube is probably his sister. Whether that's drawn from his memories in the same way Ren's suggesting or not, that's probably the case. Swarsritter, I have no fucking clue. Probably someone that just works with Ein, if Ein is Lord of Phantasma. I'm Lord of Phantasma. Fine. Someone who really knows how to get under Kevin's skin and all that sort of thing. Okay, that's my current theory, I guess. Because in order to be privy to the information of what the Oreo could do if it really connected to the Oreo in that way, you'd have to be someone from the church. And that's the main reason I'm thinking that's the case. You probably could have guessed Ein without doing that simply by the connection to Kevin, but that's sort of more of a, that would have been a pretty weak reasoning, in my opinion. So, maybe not. I think it's easy for us all to point the finger at who wished for this world to behave it like it does, at the very least. Yeah, the Lord of Phantasma seems to be trying to test Kevin in a way, so I would not be surprised. Oh yeah, Ein also forced Reese into Kevin's company, right? So that was also something that she set up, right? And we've also been getting a look at her in between chapters and the little flashbacks for Kevin, all that sort of thing. Lord of Phantasma. Exactly. Based on everything that's been said, there weren't in this world originally. That was the ghost that was the ghost you just encountered. It's the Lord of Phantasma. She simply watched over this place from the garden here. But then they showed up, solar power, and started remaking the world according to their whims. So this is what we're stuck in right now. Well, what do you think? Yeah, this is all also assuming that any of the characters that we come up against have to be someone that are actually revealed. The fact that there's a freaking mask, though, does sort of suggest a... Yeah... Probably. Oh. Damn, feels like you pop your head and solved all these crazy mysteries while, like they're nothing. It's certainly impressive. Even I haven't been able to do quite that much. You really are a genius, Ren. I'm sure you could have worked out as much if you really put your mind to it, Joshua. We've been sort of avoiding thinking about it, don't worry, Ren. Unless the stealthicity's actually contagious and rubbed off on you. Well, no, that's not very nice. I'm pretty sure that's not the case. What are you saying, Joshua? Dearie me. Either way, sounds like this Lord and Phantasma person likes games just as much as I do. And without me, I don't know if you'll be able to beat them, so I suppose I'd better lend you a hand. I hope you're all very grateful. Yeah, sure. And it's nice to have a little cutie like you on board, Ren. Well, now that that's settled, it's time to use that cube to take us back to the 5th plane so we can move on. I've got closer to working out what's going on. We should be able to move on to the next part of the game board now. I'm guessing your opponent's ready to make their next move, too. Someone's confidence. So, have it your way. It's not as though we have any other option than to press on. I'm expecting we'll encounter a devil at the end of this plane, just like we have all the others. We should only move on once we're sure we can handle it. Oh, I could really do without the extra trouble. And again, I am kind of curious as to what these devils are actually like in reality. Would you like to come and have a look with me, Tita? I'm not sure just the two of us going would be such a good idea. Oh, she was supposed to be with us earlier, but look at her now. Yeah, I'm really glad she came around. Hopefully we'll get the chance to talk to her while we're in here too. Yeah. Okay. You know, I really... I want to put Ren in, but at the same time, I feel like I haven't had these guys around very long. And then I'd also have to go set up people again, and... I think, like, not necessarily now I'm going to get, put Ren and, Richard in. I think I'm going to do it, like, in the next, cut off maybe the next chapter or something like that. I imagine whatever happens next chapter will have 2 slots open. Not to mention with, Estelle and Reese here in the front, unless that changes next, assuming that changes next chapter. Putting in Ren and Richard, who I sort of have a tendency to assume are, physical driven. Her especially. Nothing else on her. 1800. Yeah. I assume they're more physically driven. So is he, yeah. He's a little bit of... I could probably get his arch strength up to more where, Shara's is with the crimson eyes I have, like, on Shara. I could probably use him sort of like Shara. Probably more like Estelle, though. And her, too. It's sort of the thing where it's like, I want to put them together, and the time... What is wrong? Analyze. The time that I would spend, trying to figure out how to best balance everyone for strategy is a bit, excessive at the moment. So I don't want to switch 2 people out until I have a good cutting off point. Analyze, what are you doing? Are you still at that, Annalise? At what? Well, you heard what Ren said earlier, right? About how this world changes results of what people inside it want. Yeah, but what does it have to do with this? She's desperately trying to wish a stuffed toy into existence with the power of her minds. Hey, I'm trying to concentrate here. Can you two be a little more quiet? Oh, should I go with fluffy, beady-eyed Pom? Oh, maybe a nice sticky bear or a super soft panda. There's so many wonderful choices. I can decide which to go with. You know, Annalise I really like as a character, but they're really tripling down on the whole I like cute things thing that she has going on. I don't think she was ever this driven by the cuteness in the past. I think it's really just more because most of what I've seen of her has been what's the word for it? Just the interactions. And I'm not really sure they know a better way to write her interactions and her contributions to everything with this many people here without being, oh, look, I like cute things. Isn't that funny? Concentrate. You can't decide what you want. Let's focus on one of them and see how that goes before getting greedy. I imagine, because I know that we were told there's a door. I was told there's a door that she gets a sword in. That probably gives her a bit more characterization in this, but I'm not the biggest fan of how she's been written, just in general, in this so far. Okay. If the world we're in really does change as a result of our thoughts, then we're going to need more than just physical strength in the battles ahead. We're going to need mental strength too. You haven't had much yourself, Zen, have you? In terms of things to say, ideas to contribute. Your role in the story at the moment has been super minimalistic, it feels.
Let's go.
At least it feels like that. Oh, it's an interesting concept, I must say. Who would have thought this world changes in accordance with the thoughts and desires of those within? If what Rentz is saying about discovering that being one of the conditions is who moving on is explained is true, we must be reaching the end of this particular plane. Yeah, I figured that. You're starting to enjoy this, eh? Whatever you say, man. Whatever you say.
You're right, please.
You have something more interesting to say. All this crap about Phantasma's made up, how Phantasma's made up is giving me a headache. But it doesn't take a genius to figure out how strong the fiends in it are getting the farther we go in. We're gonna have to put a hell of a lot stronger fight if we want to have a standing chance against them. Oh, Shara. Every time we find out something new about this place, things get weirder. So this world's influenced by our thoughts, is it? Just makes that sound like the real world when you're really drunk. I know just what you mean, Sha. Are you feeling okay, Olivier? You don't look very good. That's scary. That's very scary. Just imagine if Oliver's worst dreams about when he gets drunk happen all at the same time. Oh, just Joe said. His condition stabilized a lot compared to before. He does still have a small fever, but it's nothing worth freaking out about. A little fever never hurt anybody. Well, it's killed people before. He seems to be sleeping soundly. That's good. I guess he just needs some time to rest and recover. It's unfortunate that all the beds in here are basically stone slabs. Those seem like they'd be quite uncomfortable to sleep on. Oh, hey, Mila. It seems like the situation we're in is even more severe than I feared. You know, Vander and Oliver haven't really, hung out much in these, have they? We've discovered a number of rules that govern this world, all implemented by the Lord of Phantasma. Well, presumably. What if they created a rule that dictates that we can't actually leave this world? That is a thought I had not had. It's amazing to think that this world is where people's thoughts becomes reality. Even after all we've seen so far, I still find myself doubting that could even be possible, but it certainly makes sense. Still, if we assume that everything's happened so far has gone according to the plan for the Lord of Phantasma, then I think it's about time we start trying to change that, Well, we need to know what the plan is first. What are you guys doing here? Oh, no. We were just talking about Ren. Oh, she's down there. The two of you have been trying to find her ever since you left the barrel, right? Yeah, I don't feel like we got to talk to her properly back at the access pillar. There's something I really want to tell her too, and I'm not and I'm not going to be satisfied until I've done it. Can that wait till after this? Why haven't you done it yet? Still, she looks like she's doing okay. So I think it's best, the best thing to do for now is keep watching over her and see what happens. That might be the best, yeah. At the end of the day, she needs to be the one who chooses what to do. Nothing good's going to come from pushing her to make that call any faster. Now, I just hope that ends up, here with us. I just hope that ending up here with us and everyone else has a positive effect on her. But all we really can do is wait and see, huh? Yes, I think you're right. Don't get many of the cinematic ones. I can't deny that there's still a part of me that refuses to move on from the past. Sooner or later, I have to completely put it behind me and move on. Something up, Colonel. You don't have to move it There's something about the need to put it behind you and move on that tends to get confused with not letting it dictate your life, or dictate your feelings on things, or dictate your choices, where it's just a part of your experience, something you can learn from. There's a difference from moving on from it entirely, because that's how people tend to like to treat it, and I feel as though that's what he's doing, and I disagree with that as a concept, if he is. Something up, Colonel? Nothing major, no. I was just lost in thought. In any case, I heard rumors about how intelligent young Ren was. Having spoken with her personally, however, they may have been underselling her. I almost wish I could hire her to work at RNA research. She's quite the genius. Oh right, research company, that's what it was. What are you researching? What are you researching? Okay, Ren. But guess what? I found fruits exactly like the ones we bought a while back. The jewel in the middle was red, though. Aw, you're so lucky. I was someone out of those in the shopping grand sale. Oh, I really wanted one, too. Oh, that skipped a little bit. I know, why don't we go on a shopping trip together sometime? Let me go somewhere really far away. And I'll never bring you back, because your parents would be pissed at you. Or her parents would be pissed at her. You like the Eastern Quarter in Calvert, that's for sure. You can spend the whole day shopping there and never feel bored. Really? I wonder what kind of cute accessories they'd have there. Oh, yeah, let me tell you about the pendant I bought a while back. Those two sure are having fun together. What? Really? I kind of want to see it now. Loads of big shop in the Empire. Oh, yeah. I found a huge stuffed bear in one of them for a while back. I think I remember that stuffed bear. Where was it? Oh, where did I see that giant stuffed bear? There's definitely I feel like there's definitely a giant stuffed bear in one of the shops somewhere. Probably in Heimdall. It's as big as a grown man. What, really? Oh, I want to see it now. Oh, I was in one of the shops. I don't remember. That sounds so familiar. I have just this picture in my head of a Cold Steel graphics quality stuffed bear. Part of the problem with these stores is, like, it's like, I've played enough. I've been recording for 52 minutes, and I'm not sure how much I'm going to be cutting out, but it's like, I don't really know exactly how much, I need. I don't even know if I need to fight in them. I might need to fight in them. Sometimes it can be hard to tell. So, you know what? Let's go to that new one. If it's something I need to back out of. You must first overcome a trial. I was told I wasn't supposed to go in Star Door 8 until I reach that point. Sure. Let's see what it is. Moon, star, chamber, star. Yes, not moon. Everyone's in. Okay. Ooh. Overcome the trial before you. Then I shall grant you a memory fragment and my blessing. Okay. Ooh, biggins. I have all my people set up to fight, so Star Guardian. Okay. Let's try it. That's at a decent amount. And with her... Oh, look at that petrify. Ah, damn it. Oh, well... It takes so fucking long sometimes, my goodness. Caveat. No, let's... Plate of Excellence. Oh, my. Springed Egg and Blade of Excellence really heal a lot. I should be fine without that, though. Okay. Oh, no, not confused. Oh! Good old petrifying. Good old pain. Okay. These things are starting to swarm. God damn it. Now I can do this. Let's see, what would be the best way to do this? This is definitely not my A party, as I would definitely not describe it as that at the moment. Oh, her taunt sucks! What? Sin's taunt was so much better, what? What's up with that? Okay. Nearly there. Let's do... She goes up, and then I can use Heaven's Kiss. Petrify doesn't help, but I can at least... Curia, yeah, not currently fast enough with my setup. Haha! Sort of coming down on the wire. Yeah! I'm not sure if that was supposed to be hard, or if I just don't have a good setup to deal with that at the moment because of the... I don't have status effect stopping setups. And I'm not really to commit to the status effect stopping setups because the accessories are so important in setting up certain people to be, ooh, what is this? Okay, that looks like Erebonian Thanks. I'm not sure what the top left is. This general orbits? Orbits are devices that use the orbital energy contained within something to cause a variety of useful effects. It only has been a little over half a century since they were first invented. Well, they weren't first invented, they were discovered, right? But even such a short time, they have already revolutionized the world as we know it. From daily necessities such as lighting and heating to tanks and other similar weapons used to defend our nations, orbits are used in just about every facet of our lives. In fact, it's hard to imagine life without them now. So much of what we take for granted in life now involves them in some way, and is to proliferate and advance the development of these orbits that we exist. We, the Epstein Foundation. Okay. Epstein Foundation. That's the Calvert one, right? I think. Could be wrong. I think Epstein was the very first one to do stuff with that, right? Our foundation was first established in the year 1155 of the Septim calendar, a year after Professor Epstein's passing, and was created by his brilliant-minded disciples in order to honor his wishes. The foundation is based on his in his home state of Le Mans. Okay, wrong. Who's in Calvert? I thought there's someone in Calvert. Maybe they're also in Calvert as the primary person in Calvert. Where it remains in operation to this day. It was rather limited in size in the beginning, and its attempts to spread orbital technology was initially met with little success. Sensing that the professor's dream would never be realized at the rate they were going, 3 key researchers left Le Mans to try and spread the seeds of orbital technology across the continent themselves. One of these was Professor G. Schmidt, the professor who had gained a fine reputation for his own in his skill in the field of mechanical engineering, ran around visiting corporations in various nations to persuade them the benefit of the ordnance. The second was Professor L. Hamilton. Really? Mindful of the technological gap between regions, he long believed it was rural and remote areas that needed orbital technology more than any other. As such, he enlisted the help of the Bracer Guild, which had already had a close relationship with the Foundation, and formed a mission with the intent of promoting and spreading the technology where applicable. The professor himself also toured the regions where the aim of spreading public awareness and laying foundations for others to build on in the future. The third was Professor A. Russell, known far and wide as the father of the Orbital Revolution. Professor Russell returned to his home nation of the Liberl and continued to work tirelessly to advance oral technology there. And within a year of returning, he had set up the Zeiss Engineering Central Factory, now known as Zeiss Central Factory ZCF, and created the first orbit to be made outside of Le Mans State. 3 years later, the reigning king of the Liberl at the time, Edgar III, visited the factory to inspect it, and he decided to donate a large amount of money to further its research. With His Majesty's endorsement, orbits began to spread like wildfire throughout the kingdom, bringing such prosperity that the people of other nations were filled with envy. Up until then, most people didn't see orbits in particularly positive light, but their success in the Barrel changed those impressions virtually overnight. One nation after another began to reach out to our foundation to share orbit technology, and both of our Smith. Is that the one in... Is that the one in Cold Steel? The guy for, Elisa's, oh, God. What was her last? Oh, it's been a while. I want to say Reinhardt, but I feel like that's slightly off. I'm forgetting. But yeah. Schmidt, was that the one, the like, crookedy old one that was like, sort of a pain in everyone's ass in Cold Steel? I forget what his name is. One nation after another began to reach out to our foundation to share orbital technology, and both our foundation's financial and social standing became much more secure. In the eyes of the world, the orbital revolution was a sudden, far-reaching transformation. It was only because of years of reaching out to people and diligent, largely unnoticed research that it was able to all happen. Okay. The Foundation's activities center around the 3 following guiding principles. 1. Carrying out fundamental research on orbits. 2. Spreading orbital technology and informing the public of its benefits. 3. Contributing to world peace through technology. Now, then, let's discuss each of these 3 guiding principles in more depth. there's a lot of war and weapons that have been developed. So, 1. Carrying out fundamental research on orbits. The Foundation's most important mission is naturally the improvement and development of orbital technology. The fundamental principles behind how orbits work need no improvement as such, but their architectures and their internal structures have been improved upon countless times in the past and will surely continue to be perfected by the curious minds as the years go on. Orbits' architecture is concerned, the mechanical parts inside them, such as the cogs and screws, and there's still plenty of room for change as the new technology develops. These improvements can reap great rewards, but the research necessary to make them is known to be as lengthy as it is expensive. As a result, companies who prioritize profit over all else are less inclined to pursue them. That makes the Foundation's research all the more important from a social perspective. Spreading orbital technology and informing the public of its benefits. 2 other important goals of the Foundation are to spread orbital technology widely as possible and to educate the public as the correct way to use it. While orbits have become part of daily lives of most who live in advanced nations and populated urban areas, the reality in remote and mountainous regions is very different. To counter this, we have long worked to send missions of engineers and bracers to these regions to try and better the standard of living for these people, and will continue to do so. We also continue to work on other ways to spread awareness of orbital technology, such as working closely with the Septian Church, to have it added to the curriculum in Sunday school classes, contributing to world peace through technology. It is to pursue this noble yet extremely difficult goal that the Foundation has had a close relationship with the Racer Guild ever since its initial founding. Is the Racer Guild newer than the Epstein Foundation? The Guild was established as an international peacekeeping organization and can mediate on conflicts between nations from a neutral point of view, making it essential to the stability of our world as it stands. It seems like it's sort of gone away from that. It's more about helping people, which is understandable that when you're working on a local level, that sort of concept might translate into, yeah, let's help the people as much as we can. The Epstein Foundation continues to back them up fully in their cause, both with financial aid and using the fact that Lamont State is the only place where tactical ordnance are produced to provide them with equipment. Is it? I feel like... No, Elisa. I'm looking this up. I am looking this up. What was her name? Elisa Cold Steel. It's her fucking family. Rhineford, not Reinhardt, Rhineford. Why was I thinking Reinhardt? I don't know. The Rhineford Corporation. Yes, that. Weren't they making better ones than the Epstein Foundation at a point? So that obviously doesn't stay the same. Just as well, this relationship also provides ideal feedback towards tweaking the quality of tactical ordnance as they're used in combat too. Every machine and every invention goes through a long, grueling process behind the scenes before eventually reaching its finished, refined form, and tactical ordnance are no exception. And then, in S1190, which apparently, according to the comments, S is the Septian Church's calendar, probably similar to like BCAC, or BCAD, that sort of thing. Our foundation unveiled the Orbital Network project, which will be implemented in partnership with ZCF. Said project aims to join all Zemuria together with a single united communications network, but our hope is that it will do much more than that. Our hope is that it will help realize a peaceful world through communication. Well, it'll enable better communication, but knowing from the real world and how communication helps all these things, sometimes it doesn't help. Sadly, Orbit's relationship with peace as a concept has become somewhat complicated. Are they aiding its realization, or are they doing the exact opposite? Professor Epstein expresses hopes that their ability to realize limitless looping of energy would be able to bring lasting peace to the world. Instead, recent years have thoroughly betrayed those hopes, and the post-revolution world has been a chaotic one indeed. The conflict between Liberl and Erebonia, for one, made significant use of orbital weaponry, airships included. It seems beyond a doubt that orbital weaponry will continue to become more and more advanced, making war an even more tragic event than ever. Yep. It's interesting. It would be interesting to delve into, like, the first orbital wars, in the same way, like, you see, like, World War I, when technology had made a big advancement, but the actual tactics of war hadn't caught up. A Civil War II, I think. Or was that it? I think it was World War I is the most infamous example of technology going beyond the military tactics and them needing to compensate and a lot of people dying because of it. How should we go about trying to create a peaceful world? It'd be interesting to see something similar for Orbital, because they talk about the war between Liberl and the Empire, but it was never really a matter of it being like a really bad war, like in that same vein. It was just a matter of it being a war. Honestly, they never really went much more into it, as far as I can recall. On that front, at least. Like, they talked about the airships and whatnot, and that was the way that they turned the tide and such, but it's different as a concept. We believe the best way to do this is to rely on the power of communications and the means to do so with the people of different nationalities and races. Are there races in this world? I feel like we've never even come close to the topic of race. Like in any case, it's always been nationalities. If these people can more easily interact and more easily deepen their understanding of one another, perhaps that will allow us to create a world we all so dearly desire. In the end, one thing is for certain. Our challenges to try and realize Professor Epstein's ideals are only just beginning. Side story, the Epstein Foundation finished. Okay. Ingenuity 2, 7,000 mirror. Thanks. How nice of you. Okay. So just a little background on what exactly is going on with that mysterious company that started it all. Something like that. And I didn't actually check what Ingenuity 2... Oh, that's 3. Fire. Wow. Recovers a small amount of EP while walking in battle. That's fine. Oh, moly. That's a lot. Okay, that's something I'm going to have to use when I set people back up again. Okay. So, this is supposed to be a midpoint. Maybe. Is this gonna send me inside battle? No? Oh, there was areas in this that I had not seen quite yet. Let's save, just in case. Okay, more areas to traverse. Celestial Bomb. We are both empty. It's hard to entirely disagree with you. Entirely. Oh, another door. Bring to me the playful minstrel and his closest ally against the beast they seek to overcome. Only then shall the door open. Oh, I get that one. I get that one. I get that one so hard. Wait. Scratch that. Ignore that. Okay, where does this one take me? Somewhere with presumably a chest. Hi there, buddy. You're the sister here. Does thou shalt not steal ring any bells? Oh, imagine if I didn't have Reese when I came back to grab this. Just imagine. What did okay, I grabbed an accessory, right? Amberl bracelet. Prevents move speed down. Interesting. That doesn't seem as good as the other one. Reese learned Shame 3. Oh, hey. I'm surprised she had not learned that at that point. And teleport. Cool. I wonder if there's, like, we have one more that we can get. I wonder if we're going to get the last, like, potential party member in this area, or if that's going to be down the line, in a sense. Like, in another chapter. Or if we're going to, like, finish off the party members. Maybe there'll be a revelation at the end of this chapter that'll make it all more clear. Ooh, Giardino. Huh. 26 of 36. She sighed in a way that was half frustrated and half disappointed. She never cared about money. Why don't he try to win an argument with it? She could only say quietly in her mind, my husband is an idiot. And feel very confident in that assertion. Very confident. Incredibly confident. Mira! Empty! Somebody must have taken the chest phrase that used to be here. Should have used that excuse more often. I don't feel as though there's as many duplicates in this one at the very least. It's probably one of the things that bothered me the most about all of it. Oh, more Sabbath. 5 to 12. Certainly, come on in. Hideko would listen to anything Sato had to say, but no one could know the horrible fate that awaited Hideko this day. That sounds like the fishing thing again. Okay, we're gonna get one of these. Okay. I think that is where I'm going to call this an episode. Probably a good place to cut off to. Oh. I am not confident about the status effect part of it. I'm not confident in the goddamn slightest. So I guess the first time through is probably going to be testing for what I really need to worry about in regards to that. Because this whole place has been status effect filled, so I'd be surprised if the boss wasn't also focused around that. So yeah, I'll leave it all there, and I'll see you all next time. Still recording well into the future, as a heads up. So, drive safely, everyone.